right, on the other side of things, left-wing activists set to hold protests today, including by the Women's March. You may remember them. This protest hopes to, quote, free America from poverty, free America from the grip of hate and the political fear, and free America to protect our freedoms before they are gone.
But yet, you're exercising your freedom of speech to say what you're saying right now. These people obviously have no hobbies. They have no family. They have no friends. Like, this is the only thing they can do to make themselves feel relevant. That's it. Happy 4th of July, my American brothers and sisters. Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on the platforms you see above and below. Click the thumbs up button. That way my content can stay consistently recommended to you. And when you subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification that's going to bring down a drop box. Select all notifications after that drop box drops, okay? Don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel right here called Man, Husband, Father. We're trying to get to 7,000, folks. It'll be up to you to help me get there. Everything I'm asking you to do on this channel, make sure you do it on that one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say again, happy birthday, America. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. But you guys all know that we were going to be met with a little bit of opposition. It has nothing to do with the fact that we're celebrating our independence. It has everything to do with these people have nothing better else to do. A bunch of probably retired, single, no life, no hobbies, no social life, no relationship with their husband and wives. This is the only thing they can do. And before I even show y'all the video, I just find it quite interesting. I want you to ask yourself this. Why wasn't this so important during the Biden administration? Yeah, think about that. Why wasn't this so important during the Biden administration, what they're trying to do? Listen to it.
Yeah, and the People's Union USA, which is another activist group, plans to boycott some of America's most successful companies, including Amazon, Home Depot, Starbucks. The group's founder recently commenting on the organization's planned Independence Day protest.
This is the most important boycott of the year. It's about walking away from the illusion they've built and reclaiming what it actually means to be free. Do not go to the parades. Do not gather at the fireworks shows. Don't wave a flag for a country that no longer waves it for you. There is no independence to celebrate right now.
Yeah, here now is Army Ranger, sniper, and Special Forces operator Tim Kennedy, and he's got a 4th of July message for us. But first, Tim, you know, if they boycott Amazon and Starbucks, where are they going to get their blue hair dye and latte? Like, that's half their identity, man.
Yeah, I have no idea. Neither do they. You know, like, sometimes I pity them as they're walking aimlessly through the streets,
Yes,
finding whatever the next thing is to protest. You know, it's their lives have become so absorbed. Their identities are connected to just finding the next thing to complain about. And instead of appreciating, you know, how beautiful this country is and how remarkable the history of a very new country. Like we're not one of the old ones, but we clearly, you know, Admiral Yamamoto after World War II, Pearl Harbor, you know, he said that they'd made one of the worst mistakes of their lives, that they woke a sleeping giant and gave them terrible resolve. And that's what the American people are like when we have unity. It feels like the American people have kind of had an awakening, that there's been this resurgence of the values that America was founded on. And I think we desperately need to get back to that. And it feels like the pendulum is swinging back towards that way. People appreciating freedom and fighting for it. I think that man is going to have a stark and a disappointing reality when he wakes up on the 5th of July and realizes that all of us celebrated with our whole hearts the greatest country to have ever existed.
Wow, Tim, you know, I'm so glad that you said that, because this morning I was thinking that it felt like for a while we were in a post-America moment where American exceptionalism was no longer celebrated. And it was a bad thing to think that we were founded under "In God We Trust," and that we were actually founded in this oppressive manner. And it does feel like with the election of President Trump, who is so overtly patriotic and loves this country, we are now past that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, I have a reenlistment coming back. I'm in the National Guard, and this month I get to reenlist again. I got to do it in Normandy, and so I feel it as well. It's something that's palatable. Service members, I think, are the first ones to really get a connection to a patriotic president. And when you see that in our numbers of recruitment, where everybody is wanting to join the military, you also see a whole bunch of soldiers that normally would be getting out. They're excited to be staying. But I 100% agree. You can feel like people focusing on family again, their health. RFK Jr. just absolutely crushing it at Health and Human Services. You know, like our former colleague, Pete Hegseth at Department of Defense, again, still just leading with pride of, you know, with an American flag pocket square in his pocket. He loves to be an American and he loves to represent our military.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're going to paint your hair blue today, maybe paint it red, white, and blue. Maybe. And why can't we get them on board, man? I think we can. Tim Kennedy, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your service, brother, and thanks for always being there.
See what I'm saying? Why wasn't this so important during Biden administration? I tell you what, folks, it's just easy to spot out right now. These people are really pissed off and upset because they never seen so much patriotism. They never seen so much proud Americans who love what's happening right now. They hate the fact that the big, beautiful bill passed. They hate the fact that 86% of Americans, according to counties, voted for this. They hate to see that we are cheering on our ICE agents. They hate to see that we are cheering because we seeing promises made, promises kept. They hate seeing the fact that we're cheering on that President Trump is making peace and has made peace, right? Absolutely hate it. So now, don't go out there with your flags. Don't go out there and barbecue. Don't go out there with your family and friends. Yeah, okay. See how that's going to work for a lot of you guys. See, here's the deal. A lot of us who may be in certain positions of success, as some would say, we knew what it took to get there, not just the sacrifice that we made when it comes to time. Actually, that's really what it comes down to. I know some people might say, you worked hard, Ty. I don't know what working hard really is, because when you do something that you love or do something that you like or do something with intentions of getting to a certain goal, I don't necessarily know if it was hard work, but I would say it was time consuming. I tell all my young people that it's not hard work to be a doctor. It's not hard work to be a lawyer. It's not hard work to be a CEO. They say that, but what they're saying to you is that it's going to take some time. It's time consuming. You got to put away things that you might want to do as hobbies to focus on this to get to that goal. But anyway, the point of making that statement about those of success, we know that this country that we're in allowed for us to do it. See, there's some people that can grow up with a spoon in their mouth. And they can understand what it took to have that spoon. They can understand the sacrifices that their parents made for them to have that lifestyle. You got some that got a spoon in their mouth. They don't care. They used to the lifestyle. That's all they ever known. They don't care how it happened, why it's happening, why they're there. All they know is just, I still want the spoon in my mouth. I'm saying that about all of us here in America. You may not believe this. You may not agree with this. All of us starting off at the same spot. There are rich kids I went to school with. I was the poor kid that was in school. When we became adults, the people who grew up in the rich homes, when they became adults and got into their own career, I'm doing better than them. I'm not saying all of them, but y'all get my drift. I'm using it as a hypothetical, not just hypothetical. No, that's a real life situation. There are a lot of kids I went to school with who were rich, right? Their families were rich. They dressed rich because their parents paid for it. But now that they are adults, I'm doing way better than a lot of them. So what am I saying that for? In America, we all start off at the same spot. Those rich kids that I went to school with, and I was poor going to school, we still had to pass math. We still had to pass science. When I went to college, we still had to pass anatomy and physiology. We still had to pass microbiology. We still had to pass our rotations. We still had to do it, right? But there are some that are going to appreciate the process and appreciate what they had to do to get where they are. And there's going to be some that just, I've always had it. It's nothing to me. I don't care. It's owed to me. I feel like I should always be at this level. That's it. Plain and simple, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, these individuals that want to go out there and act like this country is so horrible, I always say 99.9% of them do not mean it, because if they really meant it, why are they still here in America? Why? You got Stockholm Syndrome to America. If America is abusing you and treating you so wrong, why are you here? You're the idiot for staying. That's my point. What do y'all think on it? Don't forget to leave it in the comments below after this video. And I want to wish you guys another happy 4th of July. This right here is how you can help the channel. Make sure you're doing these things right here. The next video that I will be doing on the 4th of July after this one, most likely is going to be that one up there. Things I did as of yesterday that you may have missed. If you want to watch, we'll be here. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and I hope and pray every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.